Hey everybody, this is Atomic of Addicted Loot, and this is, of course, the Dwarves. And I actually kind of went on a mid-in-process review, if you will, of the Dwarves on our last podcast episode of the Addicted Loot podcast. You should go check that out. It is up and live on SoundCloud, Stitcher, and iTunes. And with that out of the way, we're going to try to figure out what exactly we want to do here. I just figured out that I actually can't go right because of the way my screen is. Oh well. So we're just gonna, in that case, we're gonna march forward. I figured I'm just gonna go take care of this quest. We're right here, and then maybe we'll venture down towards the goblins.
There are dead orcs lying in the defensive trenches and strewn over the meadows in front of the city. Some of the locals are busy throwing the bodies on pyres, while others repair the minor damage done to the city wall.
Well, that's not good. I have a feeling we're not going to get a warm welcome, but we're going to try anyway. I'm going to try to be courteous, try to help them out, maybe repair the walls with them.
You enter the city and the garrison at its centre without being spoken to. It is only when you reach a heavy oak door that leads, you assume, to the commanding officer's headquarters, that you are halted by a guard.
Dwarves, eh? Seems we aren't to be spared anything these days. What do you want?
Let's see. You had dealings with the orcs too. I didn't know the steepleton was so big. I'd like to speak to your commander. We'll be on our way then. How about the orcs? Yeah.
It looks like you've got an orc problem.
Had. Our scouts detected the army early on, and we were able to repel them without any great losses. A small army of orcs like that couldn't breach our mighty walls.
Your mighty walls look like they're about to collapse under their own weight!
The soldier isn't intimidated by Boindil. He juts his chin out confidently.
At least they stopped the orcs, unlike your dwarven walls in the north.
Oh, really? That's it? Well then. We'll go straight to commander.
I must speak with your commander.
Commander Valor doesn't have time. He's still very busy dealing with the aftermath of the orc attack.
Commander Valor is dealing with the orc problem, and I have important information concerning it. I witnessed a meeting of the orc lords.
The guard eyes you with interest and tries to judge whether you can be trusted. Finally, he stands up, opens a door, and enters the room ahead of you. The commander looks up from his work. The guard repeats what you told him.
Your information about the orcs could be useful. We have fought them back, but not yet defeated them. Come in.
The commander listens attentively, and now and then asks questions, as you tell him about the 3 orc armies and the meeting of the chieftains with the Alv Sintharas.
This sounds very grave. I will send out messengers. We must be prepared.
Let's see, the orc army that attacked Steepleton was able to escape. We must press on. Farewell. Sure, we'll ask. Might as well.
The orc army that attacked you was able to escape?
What was left of it? They headed south. Unfortunately, I can't send anyone after them until the damage to the wall is repaired.
The commander looks at you with a disgruntled expression. It suddenly seems clear to him who he has standing in front of him.
If you're interested, you could try and wipe out the mob that got away and collect the bounty.
I like the sound of bounty.
Killing pig noses and getting paid for it? Where's the heads?
You grin at Boindil, and then turn back to the commander.
We'll see what we can do. We must press on. Farewell, Commander Valor.
Kill as many orcs as you can, dwarves. Palandir will be with you.
Well, we don't do Palandir, we do Varakas, I believe is the correct term. So we're going to go down here, we're going to do the question mark, and then we'll press on to the orcs.
You see a camp with a wagon, and 2 people on the edge of the path. Behind them, Black Saddle towers up above a thick, dark forest, about a half a day's journey away.
Say where you are, and continue to watch what happens. Go to the humans, speak to them. Let's watch what happens.
2 horses are standing near the covered wagon, grazing. You can make out the shapes of boxes and barrels on the wagon. The 2 humans are wearing smart clothes and are sitting next to a large campfire. They don't seem to have noticed you yet.
Yeah, speak to them, why not?
You don't want to give them a shock, so you address them while you're still a distance away.
Hello, friends. Is there any space by your fire?
The two traders look up and visibly jump when they see you three dwarves.
Ah, hello. Yes, of course.
It doesn't escape your attention that you seem to be causing the traders some uneasiness, but you take up their offer and sit down. The twins follow your example.
We're only travellers. We're looking for someone who's said to live on Blacksaddle. A hermit.
Someone who lives here?
The traders exchange amazed looks.
If they live here, they must be mad.
Normally we wouldn't stop and rest here, but the horses are too exhausted. Our departure from Parista was delayed, and we must have driven them too hard.
Why does Blacksaddle make you feel uneasy? It doesn't look particularly inviting, but it's only a mountain.
Only a mountain? You don't know the legend?
The trader looks at you and the twins for affirmation, but you all shake your heads.
Blacksaddle was once known as Cloudpiercer, and it towered up into the heavens, the upper slopes of pure gold and the summit covered in snow. The humans wanted to attain this wealth, but the smooth slopes and the dazzling summit made the climb impossible. They called on the dwarves to help them. They were able to tunnel up through Cloudpiercer to the top. They hollowed it out and carried away the gold. The humans demanded that the treasure be shared, but the dwarves refused, and as they argued, the mountain began to tremble.
Like a thing to do.
There were too many holes inside for it to hold together. It collapsed and buried both greedy parties underneath it. The mountain lost its tremendous size and its beauty, and ever since has haunted both humans and dwarves with its erosive hatred, causing even the rocks to turn black over time.
Pfft. Never heard of it. Sounds like human tittle-tattle. Dwarves would never hollow out a mountain so much that it collapses.
Yeah. Let's see, small strength. Nah. How much money do we have? We have 2. Sure. Yep.
You come from Parista. How are things there?
No news to speak of, I'd say. Well, except for Nudin the Knowledge Lusty.
You know Nudin the Knowledge Lusty. Lot Yonan introduced him to you many years ago during a visit.
What about him?
Oh, nothing really. Just rumors.
You nod at the trader to continue.
He's behaving strangely and disappears into his tower for days on end.
And he looks ill, apparently. Or that's what someone I know said. Perhaps he got a spell wrong.
Okay, well, that's it.
Later in the night, after eating together and some friendly conversation by the campfire, you all decide to sleep. But you take the first watch. It's a night in which nothing happens.
Oh, okay. Well
and the next morning, the traders set off early. After breakfast, you also continue on your journey.
Okay, I could have sworn they're going to be setting us up for something. Alright, well then, off to complete our quest.
After a march through the thick pine forest, Blacksaddle, the sinister tabletop mountain, and your journey's destination rises up before you.
Ooh, there's a cutscene. Bum bum bum. I can understand that, but it's almost impossible not to get yourself surrounded. You have to back up against a wall, which probably is a smart tactic.
Are you sure that the Famulus lives here?
Yes, according to Lot Yonan.
Although you try to put a lot of assurance into your voice, you too see no signs that anyone lives here.
No castle, no tunnel, no camp. There's nothing here but mountain.
Then we'll have to take a closer look.
You do that, scholar. We'll be waiting for you here.
You think about objecting, but it would just be a waste of breath.
I'm assuming we have to cut through the trees. would be my assumption. Wait, no, go back. No, okay, hold on. I'm not, like I said, I'm still not a huge fan of this clicky system. Okay, if you want to go this way to look at the forest, we'll go this way to look at the forest.
Even the dark evergreen forest seems to be afraid of the Black Mountain.
Really? That's all you had to glean from that? Alright, let's go. Over the river and through the woods, at grandmother's house we go. To Black Yawnin to do something fun.
No trace of Garen here either. If he's close, then there must be some kind of cave somewhere in the mountain.
No, found the cave. Is there anything else to look at before we go in? Doesn't look like it. Especially considering this game is very...
An old tree. Looks like it could fall down at any moment.
Oh, then. Feel the tree.
There we go.
Oh, fell the tree. Okay. Interesting way of putting it. Fell the tree to climb up. Why do I have a feeling this is going to end poorly?
Too steep. I can't get a grip anywhere.
Oh, I can't go up. Okay, then let's try. Let it.
I should be able to get up here.
Let's try scaling.
Oh. Phew. That was close.
One more time.
I hope this is all worth it.
Okay, getting closer.
Definitely a rock face.
Oh, thank you, Captain Obvious. I'm glad we can always rely on you for such astute insight into our current situation.
Here's a... No, forget it.
Okay, well, I love seeing the way he thinks. I guess that's the last thing we have?
There's something engraved on it.
You realize with surprise that they are runes in the Dwarven language.
Okay.
Built with the blood of our enemies, be unyielding as the rock, and soak the land in their blood. Huh?
Oh, why couldn't we actually... Oh, I thought they were going to read it in Dwarvish. Because we actually haven't heard Dwarvish yet. I'm assuming there is Dwarvish in here, considering they weren't just in plain English as he was reading them. I mean, he had to translate them, basically. The fact that they're in Dwarvish ruins.
Hello?
Okay. Interesting. Got some runes on the floor here. Oh wait, I should be able to... Yes. Yeah, sure, let's look at the pool of light.
Master Garen! Lot Yonan sent me to bring some items back to you.
This doesn't look good.
My inquiries are almost at an end. That means I can finally go to be with my sunshine. I have never been to Greenglade, but I think I will like it there. I deposited my most valuable things in the grave of Horengarth before my departure and secured it with magic. The password is...
You recognize the following words as rune names, but they're written in the learned language, so you don't know which they are.
Greenglade. Oh, great.
Right, so does that mean we can learn the learned language?
Useful. An eternal flame. I know who taught him that.
You see sketches and notes on the architectural features, statues and wall reliefs. It seems Garen spent a lot of time studying this place.
Maybe he's a kind of a dwarf historian, or maybe he's just a treasure hunter. Garen is in Greenglade to visit his sunshine. Greenglade is in Galragat. We can't have fallen in love with a pointy here, can he?
That it? Yeah, okay, that's it. Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
Hello? Is anyone there?
It looks as though Garen lived in the fortress for a while. It also seems that he left several lunar orbits ago.
He's not stealing. It would just be a shame if the provisions went off.
Rationalize your thievery. Yeah, that's always good. I have a feeling we're going to light all these and then something bad's going to happen.
A series of weapons that are all clearly of dwarven origin. The spider webs and rust suggest they have been here for quite a while. Maybe even centuries.
Can we take them? Oh, we can't take them? What's the point of knowing what they are if we can't take them? We're a dwarf. I have a feeling that's the way I have to go. So then my video game intuition would tell me to go the other way. No, no. Doesn't look like there's anything over here. Okay. Light the runes.
A rune. Clearly magical.
Oh, interesting. I'm assuming... Do they disappear if you... Okay, that one's glowing. Okay. Oh. So we gotta do... I see what we're doing here now. I don't think there's rhyme or reason to it, but I know what we're doing. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see, maybe this one? No. Boom, 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 and then that one. Okay, we got this. Hoping this puzzle is worth it. This is the only way it can work, so process of elimination tells us.
Ah! That's it! Garen's most valuable belongings. Letters from his lover, a silk scarf that must have belonged to her, and a medallion.
Sure, might as well take it. You're not gonna be nosy? No? Oh.
Born of stone, forged in battle. Arise, reborn from the blood of the enemy.
You're not sure if you really want to know what was once in this basin. The whole place gives you the feeling that a decent dwarf shouldn't hang around too long.
Yeah, but we're not a decent dwarf. We're like a secondling or whatever it's called. So I'm gonna say that this is all well and good. Ooh, interesting. You guys have some... Oh boy.
The thirdlings, the fortress belongs to the dwarf haters. Norimber's dwarves are not only as unyielding as a mountain, they are also as destructive as an avalanche, and would batter into lesser kingdoms just as relentlessly. The Four should find no salvation in Vracus, only eternal damnation. so that they suffer indescribable torment between the worlds.
You have heard of the dwarf haters, but this is the first time you have read their hateful words. You feel sick and turn away.
No, oh, I thought we can read it again.
You have difficulty deciphering the scroll.
Throw the firstlings in the forge. Beat the secondlings to a pulp. The fourthlings are... The rest is illegible.
We're already here, we might as well walk up the steps, right? Yeah, let's walk up the steps. We're cunning, there's no point in not walking up the steps.
Lorimber, the progenitor of the Thirdlings.
In most of the chronicles about the five dwarven kingdoms, only very little is written about the Thirdlings, and what is written is full of disgust. They are called traitors, or worse.
Interesting.
It would seem that even the Thirdlings worship Vracus, but in all the other kingdoms his shrine would be the biggest, not the statue of the kingdom's progenitor. A couple of gold coins are in the bowl in front of the shrine.
Huh. I have a feeling if I take it, I'm gonna be cursed. It's our god, so let's... yeah.
Can't do any harm.
I feel like, if anything, that can only help us, because I feel like he's our god. I feel like if we took it from his altar, it probably would be a negative thing. I think it'd be like, you know, bad luck or something. I guess I can't open this sarcophagus. Interesting. Is there anything else? No, no, no. Anything else we can do while we're here? I'm still not thrilled of the pointing and the clicking. I guess that's it.
Graves. Could be buried here.
Is there anyone else that I can now look at because of that? I already did that. Looks like that's it. So I want to say, yeah, we're good. I wonder if I have to crawl all the way back down, if it just automatically will bring me back. Nope, looks like I gotta crawl all the way back down. Oh, well, okay, that's better.
I can only climb a little way here. There must be a better way.
Really? After the fact that you just climb up... You just climbed up the tree, yet we're still gonna look at this in a way of trying to get our way up. Okay, whatever. I can see how that's programmed.
So, Scholar, what are the results of your inquiries?
There is an abandoned fortress in the mountain, and I think it belonged to the Thirdlings.
Boindale's eyes narrow.
The blasted dwarf killers!
A Thirdling fortress? Here? In the middle of Girdlegard? We must let High King Gundrabur know about this.
The fortress has been long abandoned by the looks of it. Anyway, I can't go to Ogre's death until I have completed my quest. Goren is in Greenglade.
Huh.
A Thirdling fortress? Here, in the heart of Girdlegard. That's strange, isn't it?
And worrying. But they've always been wily. They move in the shadows and kill there too if they can. Do you know their story?
I've read about it. Lorimber, their progenitor, rejected the name that Vracus gave him, who in turn did not give him any special talent, so his kingdom studied war.
It helps them defending the East, but it also meant they ended up confronting the other kingdoms. No dwarf would ever even think of injuring one of his kind, never mind killing them. But the dwarf killers are proud of it. When they were even more powerful, they wanted to become the rulers of all dwarves. They are envious of our skills. They haven't been heard of for a long time, but you can be sure there isn't a single dwarf alive who doesn't hate them.
The High King? Why do you want to bring me to him?
All right then. It's about the choice of the new High King. Gandagar, the king of the Fourthlings, is with his entourage in Ogre's death and is supposed to ascend the throne.
But our acting High King Gundrabur wants to prevent that from happening. He fears that Gandagar wishes to instigate a war against the elves.
But what have I got to do with that?
Boindil is about to say something, but is silenced by a nudge in the side from his brother.
High King Gundrabur will explain everything when the time comes.
You look distrustfully from one twin to the other. Boindil has donned an innocent expression, and Boendal doesn't give you the impression that he has anything else to say on the matter.
What does this King Gandagar have against the elves?
Dwarves and elves just don't get along. Brachus and Satalia made us that way.
I know that, but going to war for just that, after all this time?
Well, there must be more behind it. They say that the king of the Fourthlings is full of hatred and is a hothead in this matter.
Whatever, your High King must wait. I have a quest to carry out in Greenglade.
But our quest is...
Boindil raises a placatory hand and throws his rucksack onto his back in preparation.
Let it be, dear brother. Look at him. He has made his decision, and you will not be able to change his stubborn dwarven mind.
You can't help but smile.
I don't know, I'm still not feeling super warm and fuzzy about this entire thing. I feel like there's gonna be we're some kind of like hidden mixed breed or something, and they're gonna like sacrifice us to something or other. But is that Greenglade? Yeah, we have to travel pretty far, but I think we're gonna call it here. We're actually gonna go down and take care of this orc horde in the next episode of The Dwarves. But hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you for joining me. Please drop a like, comment, or even better, please subscribe if you want to follow along. Hit that notification button and you'll hear all about all these lovely dwarf episodes whenever they come up. I have been Atomic Zero, Addicted to Loot. Thank you for joining me, and have a good one.